Once upon a time in the summer holidays, a child came to visit his grandfather. He used to play with his grandpa all the time. One day he said to his grandpa, "When I grow up, I want to become a successful man. Can you tell me some ways to be successful?" Grandfather nodded and said, "Yes." He then took the boy with him to a nearby nursery. From the nursery, his grandpa bought 2 small plants and came back home. He planted one plant in a pot and kept it inside the house. The other one he planted outside the house. Grandfather then asked the boy, "Which of these 2 plants do you think will grow better in the future?" The boy thought for a while and then said, "The plant inside the house will grow better because it is safe from every danger, while the plant outside is at risk of many things like strong sunlight, storms, animals, etc." Grandfather smiled and said, "Let's see what happens in the future." After that, the boy left with his parents. 4 years later, the boy came to visit his grandfather again. When the boy saw his grandfather, he said, "Grandpa, last time I asked you for some ways to be successful, but you did not tell me anything. This time you have to tell me." Grandfather smiled and said, "Sure, but first, let's take a look at the plants we bought a few years back." Saying this, the grandfather took the boy to the place where he had planted the small plant in a pot. They saw that the plant had grown but was still relatively small. Then he took the boy to look at the plant which they had planted outside. There, they saw that a huge tree stood with its branches spread far and wide, providing shade to passers-by. Now the grandfather looked at the boy and asked, "Tell me, which plant grew more, which is more successful?" The boy replied, "The one we planted outside." But he was confused and asked, "Grandpa, how is this possible? That plant must have faced so many dangers, yet it grew so big." Grandfather smiled and said, "Yes, the plant outside had to face many things, but dealing with problems had its benefits too. The plant outside had the freedom to spread its roots as much as it wanted. Problems like storms made its roots stronger. Today it is so strong that a small storm cannot harm it. My son, what I'm about to tell you, always remember it, and you will be successful in whatever you do in life. If you always make comfortable choices, you will not grow as much as you can. If you are ready to face this world despite all the dangers, then no goal is impossible for you to achieve. Never think of problems as hurdles, but as steps towards success." The boy took a deep breath and stared at the tree, understanding his grandpa's words. Obstacles, which we consider enemies in life, make us stronger and more successful. Similarly, our life is like a great adventure filled with twists and turns that might seem like obstacles blocking our path. But guess what? These obstacles are like puzzles waiting to be solved. Just think about when you play a game. The fun part is figuring out how to overcome challenges. Life works the same way. Each hurdle you face is a chance to learn, grow, and become even stronger. So don't let these roadblocks discourage you. Embrace them, tackle them, and watch yourself level up. In the game of life, you've got the skills, determination, and spirit to conquer anything that comes your way. Hope you gain some value from this story and try to implement it in your life. Always keep rising.